welcome back and welcome to St. Joseph's University and welcome to my video on microbial diversity. Microscope is one of the biggest inventions of science. Once the microscope was invented, a new world called microbial world was exposed. Now we are able to see the organisms which are otherwise not visible with naked eye. The microbial diversity includes Viriods, Virions, Prions, viruses and bacteria. So these are the simplest and smallest organisms that are included under microbial diversity. We will study all these organisms right from Virions, Viriods, Prions, viruses and bacteria, including cyanobacteria, under microbial diversity in this class. Welcome to the biodiversity of microbes. Here you are seeing the biodiversity of living organisms on the earth. There are more than 30 million species on the earth according to rough estimation, out of which we know only 1.4 million species. Among these, the number of microbes account for only about 5,760. Actually, there are more microbes than this, but we only know this much. There are three groups of living organisms: eukaryotes, archaic bacteria and bacteria. But according to Whitaker's classification, Whitaker's 5-kingdom classification, the living organisms are grouped under 5 different kingdoms. A microorganism is an organism of microscopic size which may be unicellular or it may be a colonial form, which is normally not seen with a naked eye. You need a microscope or you need an electron microscope to see a microorganism. A suitable standard of measuring microbes is the micrometer, which is 6 times smaller than a meter, which is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. Typically, a bacteria range from 1 to 5 microns in their size. These are the different units of measurement. A millimeter is 10 raised to minus 3 meter. A micron or a micrometer is 10 raised to minus 6 meter. A nanometer is 10 raised to minus 9 meter. 10 raised to 10 meter is what is angstrom. We use micron to measure microbes, and we generally use microns to measure the bacteria. Viruses are measured by using nanometer, and angstrom is used for measuring the atoms or molecules of very, very small size. These are the capacity of vision of different objects. And if you want to see bacteria, you can use light microscope, and some of the viruses, viroids and virons and other things are seen only under electron microscope. We have different sizes of different living organisms. The largest virus is pithovirus, which is about 1.5 micron. The smallest virus is parvovirus, which is about 18 to 28 nanometers. The highest number of known organisms come under insects. About 51% of the biodiversity that is known to us belongs to insects. About 20% belongs to plants, 20% also belong to animals. This is the biodiversity of microbes. These are the different types of viruses that are known to us and their groups. And prions are nothing but protein molecules which are also causing some infection. And we also have microbes under algae. We have basilarophyta members. We have dinoflagellate members which are also called fire algae. We have some microbes even under protozoa. So this is the biodiversity of living organisms. Alpha, beta, gamma and delta. We also have non-proteobacteria. We also have gram-positive bacteria. We also have gram-negative bacteria. And these are the different types of viruses that we have. We have you're also seeing the different types of viruses. You are seeing the prokaryote, that is bacteria. On one side we have virus. The example that you are seeing is a bacteriophage. And we have prion, which is nothing but a protein molecule that also is considered to be living. And you are seeing the different types of viruses on the right hand side. There is HIV, hepatitis B virus, Ebola virus, bacteriophage. Different types of viruses are there here in the slide here. And a virus is also there, and on the other hand we have a virod. There is a difference between prions, viroids and virions. Virions is a complete virus particle that contains RNA or DNA in the core with protein core. Sometimes an external envelope may be there or may not be there. A prion is just a protein. Viroids are infectious. They are smaller than viruses. They are composed of single strand RNA. Whereas prion is a protein molecule. Generally prions are infectious. They are corrupted proteins. This slide shows you the different types of living organisms which are the smallest. We have prions, we have viroids, we have virons, we have virions, we have viroids, we have prions. These are the different types of living organisms which are very, very small, which are ultra microscopic. They can be seen only under electron microscope. These are the viruses. You are seeing the different types of viruses here. Basically, I've given you 4 different types of viruses. We have helical viruses, example tobacco mosaic virus. We have polyhedral viruses, for example we have adenovirus. We have spherical viruses. You can see coronavirus is a spherical virus which is very, very infamous, which has caused havoc to the whole earth. Every one of us have suffered because of coronavirus, which is a spherical virus. And we have complex viruses, for example T4, bacteriophage is a very complex structure, and you can see the head, you can see the tail. We have also got the tail fibers. This is the diversity of viruses. We have viruses that are of different types. Though the number of viruses known to us is very small, but the diversity is very extensive. The diversity of viruses is very big. But basically a virus is made up of a genetic material which may be DNA or RNA, which may be single stranded or double stranded, and it is covered by a protein coat. That is the basic structure of protein. But the structure varies from virus to virus, and you are seeing on the screen different types of viruses. A virus is an infectious microbe made up of nucleic acid, either RNA or DNA, surrounded by a protein coat. A virus cannot replicate alone. Instead, it must infect cells and use the components of the host cell to make the copies of itself. Viruses are tiny or small sized organisms ranging from 30 to 50 nanometers. They usually lack cell wall. They are surrounded by only protective protein coat, which is called a capsid. Coming to the bacteria, the other group of microorganisms coming under the diversity of microbes, And bacteria are classified mainly based on the shape. They may be cocci, they may be rod shaped, they may be comma shaped where they are called Vibrio, there may be spirula where they are spiral shaped, and they may have a single flagella, they may not have a flagella, there may be a multiple flagella, there may be many flagella. The location of flagella may also be different from one organism to the other. They may form cocci, they may form a chain, it's called streptococcus, they may form groups called staphylococcus. So this is the diversity of bacteria. We will study details about bacteria maybe in the next class. So here in this class you are only seeing the diversity. There are some unusual shape. We have star-shaped bacteria, for example Stella, halo arcula bacteria are square-shaped. So this is the diversity of bacteria. Bacteria are ubiquitous, mostly free-living organisms. They are made up of a biological cell. They consist of a large domain of prokaryotic organisms. Typically a few micrometers in length, bacteria they are the first life forms to appear on the earth. They are present in most of the habitats. There is a cell walls, and there is a plasma membrane just beneath the cell wall, and there is a protoplasm. Inside the protoplasm there is a genetic material, and there are no organelles. Organelles are missing here. That is why they are called prokaryotes. So that is the structure of a bacterium. These are the general characters of the bacteria. They are unicellular. Sometimes they form a colony, present in different shapes, size and rearrangement. They lack cell wall. They lack the membrane-bound organelles. Bacterial DNA found in the cytoplasm. Bacterial cell is 10 times smaller than the human cell. The diameter of bacteria may be about 10 raised to -6, that is 1 micron. The outer covering of the bacterial cell wall is called bacterial cell is called cell wall, which is rigid, and bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan or murin. The next group of microbes is cyanobacteria, which is also called blue-green algae, which are gram-negative bacteria. They obtain food by photosynthesis. They are the first group of photosynthetic organisms that evolved on the earth. They have blue-green pigment, that is phycocyanin and phycoerythrin. This is the biodiversity of blue-green algae. We have Glyocapsa, which is unicellular colonial form. We have nostoc, which is filamentous form. We have anabina, that is also filamentous form. They may be basically single cellular, colonial or filamentous. So this is the range or biodiversity of blue-green algae, also called cyanobacteria. There are different categories of microorganisms. They are useful in medicine, they are useful in agriculture, industry, and also in day-to-day life. For example, for making curds, for fermentation of your batter from which you make idli, dosa and things like that. So they are naturally causing fermentation. They also cause diseases in plants, animals and humans. They cause several serious diseases in man. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. We'll meet again in the next video with some other topic. Thank you very much.